Let's talk some Major League Baseball. I've got hitters props. I've got matchups to watch. I've got pitcher props. You just saw all of Matt's props as well. There wasn't the greatest of cards. I'll tell you some pitcher props first. So starting with one of my favorites of the day, Logan Gilbert under 17.5 outs for the Seattle Mariners up against the Phillies in Philadelphia, 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. Gilbert's gone under in 6 of 7 road games this year, averaging 15.9 outs per start. He owns a 4.86 ERA on the road, just over 2 at home, so it's a big difference. And in Gilbert's lone start at Citizens Bank Park, Gilbert's allowed 4 runs, 7 hits through 5 innings. When he's on 4 days rest, Gilbert's gone under 17.5 outs in 5 of those 6 starts, owning a 4.38 ERA in those spots. Starters are also averaging about 16 outs a game against the Phillies this year anyway, so Gilbert under 17.5 outs. I know that Matt mentioned a trend about Kyle Freeland and his over 3.5 Ks hitting in 7 straight against the Dodgers. Yoshinobu Yamamoto's also done well in Colorado, so I'm liking his under 5.5 hits allowed at plus 100. Good plus money play. He's allowed 5 hits combined through 2 starts at Coors. He's on 6 days rest, and Yamamoto hasn't allowed over 5.5 hits on 6 days rest this year. He owns a 2.62 ERA in those spots. He's gone under 5.5 hits in 11 of 13 road starts this season, averaging about 3.5 hits per game on the road. So Yamamoto in altitude, we don't care. We going under 5.5 hits allowed. I hate this one the most because it hit in his last start, but I've got to mention it. Giants lefty Robbie Ray under 5.5 Ks. This is the back-to-back. Robbie Ray's last start was against the Padres, and in that same start, he did go under 5.5 Ks. That was on August 12th. So you know that I hate when this happens, but I'm mentioning it because lefties, 14 overs, 25 unders when facing the Padres this year, averaging 4 strikeouts a game. All eight lefty starters to go against the Padres since the All-Star break have gone under 5.5 Ks. Ray's seeing them again, so it makes me nervous, but I did want to mention it because the Padres just don't strike out, especially against lefties. Again, I'm scared, but under or nothing for me for Robbie Ray and his Ks tonight. Don't do matchups to watch. Yeah, I'll do matchups to watch. We've got a bunch of matchups to watch. A lot of really good matchups today in Major League Baseball, actually. I have to share the screen. This will be in the PropQueen.com newsletter a little after 6 o'clock. Okay. So, Jose Altuve. Okay, you can see that, right? I'll zoom in a little more. Jose Altuve hitting 385 with a home run against Jack Flaherty. On props.cash, you would see that Altuve over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. He's gone over this in 60% of his last 20 games on the road against right-handers and 7 of the last 10 on the road at night against righties. Mauricio Dubon hitting 455 with a double against Jack Flaherty. Tommy Pham hitting 364 with a double and a homer against Kevin Gossman. His over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Pham cashed in 3 of his last 5 at home against righties and 11 of the last 20. IKF hitting 429 with a double, 2 homers against Kevin Gossman. His over 0.5 single, cashed in 60% of IKF's last 20 games at home against righties, 4 of his last 5. Ohtani crushes Kyle Freeland. I mean, it's only been 6 at-bats, but 4 of 6 with a double and 2 home runs. But if you look at Ohtani's over hits, runs, and RBI, 2.5 is kind of high. Over total bases is too juiced. Over 0.5 an RBI is only minus 125, and it's cashed in all 5 of Ohtani's games at Coors since the start of last year, averaging 2 RBIs per game. Corey Seager's hitting 350 with 2 doubles against Michael Wacha, but his prices were a little too juiced. Ramon Laureano hitting 583 with 3 doubles and a homer against Robbie Ray. His over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI cashed in 55% of home games against lefties. 70% of Laureano's last 20 have gone over. And Jose Ramirez, he is also crushing Zach Gallen in 9 at-bats, hitting 556 with a double and a homer. His over 0.5 a run is plus 100, cashed in 7 of the last 10 on the road against righties at night. And the only bad matchup is really Fernando Tatis Jr., who is 0 for 8 with 3 Ks and 4 walks against Robbie Ray. His under 1.5 total bases is pretty juiced. Cashed in 63% of games at home against lefties and 12 of the last 20. So those are the good and bad matchups to watch for tonight. Ohtani home run. Laureano 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. I played that earlier. Skeens versus the Jays. What about it? Ohtani homer at Coors. Bregman hit. I did look at Alex Bregman today. I'm trying to remember what I saw on Alex Bregman. Jack Leiter, 3 walks. Okay. J-Rod also to get a hit. Yeah, J-Rod has a good matchup too. Some of J-Rod's props were very juiced though. Very juiced on J-Rod. 4.62 home run. Yeah. Tommy Pham, 2+ bases for Joseph Rodriguez. Riley Green, 2 at-bats, 2 home runs, and 7 RBI. So those are some props from the chat, if anyone wants that. I've got some other stuff going from Props.cash. So Kerry Carpenter, for example, from Props.cash. Like you guys I know in the chat before, we're talking about players that were doing well. Oh, the Dolphins expected to sign Matthew Judon to a 1-year deal. Protect. Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, as long as Tua's healthy, that's all that matters for Miami. Okay, Kerry Carpenter, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at +100. The Astros are at the Tigers. Carpenter has hit this over in 5 straight games. The Tigers have been on the road since August 11th. Carpenter was hitting the overs on his hits, runs, and RBI on the road, and he hits better at home. 305 batting average at home, 231 on the road. In the last month, Carpenter is hitting 306. He hit 333 last year against the Astros, and he's gone over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI in 5 of his last 7, dating back to last year against Houston. So Kerry Carpenter has a good matchup with the Astros tonight. Geraldo Perdomo, over his hits, runs, and RBI. He's having a great year, and he's really caught fire. He's batting 347 in his last 2 weeks. At home against righties at night this year, Perdomo's hitting just over 2 hits, runs, and RBI. He's gone over this in 9 of his last 10, and he's hitting 324 at home. So Perdomo over his hits, runs, and RBI, also intriguing. Miguel Garcia is like my underrated player of the day. Kansas City Royals player, his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. They're hosting the Rangers. The Royals third baseman's averaging 2 hits, runs, and RBI at home at night against righties. And in the last month, Garcia's hitting 306. He's gone over this prop in 75% of his last 20 home games. Garcia's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a ribby against Jack Leiter. I don't trust Jack Leiter on the road. So Garcia is an underrated play when at home. I'm looking at the chat. Skeens over 6.5 at +136. Not against the Jays, bro. Not against the Jays. We do not bet overs against Toronto. That team is one of the lowest strikeout rate teams in baseball. There is a reason that number on the under 6.5 is heavily juiced. I'm not saying Skeens can't do it. We're going to really test that today. We do not bet overs against Toronto. Nope. We do not ride it because his name's Paul Skeens. That is a hell no. Tua is trash. They can sign Watt and it won't matter. Any game under 50, Dolphins lose. He's a hit parlay goat. Perdomo was on my Freddie P parlay. I'm sorry. Hi, Earl. Welcome to the show. Skeens pitch limit 2, by the way. Tell them. Okay, now we're updated on the chat. Last one. Another player that you might not know about, the Miami Marlins, Dane Myers. He has been terrible. So you could take his under hits, runs, and RBI. They're hosting the Cardinals today in Miami. Myers is hitting 168 at home this year, 118 in the last month. At home against the lefty, Myers is 0 for his last 10. Overall at home, Myers is averaging 0.8 hits, runs, and RBI, going under in 80% of home games. It's terrible. So look to the under for Dane Myers, who's at home against a lefty and struggles in that position. Just a post-Flaherty trade fade. That 6 home game. Yeah. Okay, now that we're caught up on the chat again, I feel like there was some news. Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons exchanged shoves after Ward celebrates a touchdown in practice. Do not hurt Cam Ward. It's the only hope in Tennessee. Can't hurt Cam Ward like that. Anyone high on the Titans, by the way? I like Cam Ward. I really like that Cam Ward, just puts his head down and just, grinds. Told Shooter Sanders, I just like football. I don't know. I really liked Cam Ward. So I like the Titans to potentially go over their win total, but to win the division, absolutely not. Jaguars, I feel like this is the year too for trying to prove that Trevor Lawrence is your quarterback or not. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't go over his win total this year or even make them playoff contenders, you got to think about cutting ties with Trevor Lawrence at this rate. It's just not working. 4 wins? No, I think the Titans could do better. I really do. I think the Titans could go over their win total. I like Cam Ward. I really do. I think he has good receivers. So looking at the Titans depth chart, he's got Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson. Don't sleep on those guys. They're speedsters. And Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett is not a bad duo. Tony Pollard in your backfield at least has experience. I don't trust Tajay Spears. He was in my Guillotine League and he sucked. As for the Titans' schedule, you get Denver to open it up, then the Rams, the Colts, Houston. Their schedule's not that easy. Houston, Seattle, Jacksonville, Cleveland. For a bad team, their schedule is pretty hard, Titans. Not a lot of gimmies in there, unless Matt Stafford breaks his back. The Colts, you could potentially win. Arizona, you could potentially win. Vegas, you could potentially win. New England, you could potentially win. Indianapolis, again, you could potentially win. Seattle, maybe. Jacksonville, Cleveland. There are some wins. New Orleans. There are some wins in there. Just saying. I don't mind the over on the Tennessee Titans this season. I hate the Colts. 49ers over 3.5 division wins. I like the Niners. I've said that. I have friends who have the Niners to win the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I do like the Niners to win the division. I wouldn't mind the Niners to win the NFC, but I do like the Niners a lot. I would go over their win total as well. They've got the easiest schedule freaking ever, and they've got a Super Bowl contending team. It's not even fair. Not even fair. Do I even have propaganda? And there were no fishy lines today. I was looking for it. Ooh, we do. Okay, a little bit of propaganda. A lot of home run props. God, I hate this. You guys know I hate home run props, so I'm gonna give you guys propaganda, but I don't care about home run props. So just to play it, propaganda. Propaganda. So the most bet on props according to BetMGM, we've got Riley Green to hit a home run, Colson Montgomery to hit a home run, Ketel Marte to hit a home run, Brady Singer to have over 5.5 strikeouts, and Shohei over a home run. Oh, shocker. Plus 160 at Coors. That is so stupid. So stupid. As for Brady Singer, you guys know I could tell you strikeout props. Betting his under is very strange because the Angels strike out a lot. Or sorry, the over they have. Yeah, the Angels strike out a lot. The reason I didn't like it was because Brady Singer has gone over in 2 of 4 against high K rate teams. So he only had 4 against Detroit, 4 against Boston, then 9 against the Yankees, and 9 against Colorado. But the ones that he had 9, he was home. And Brady Singer on the road only has had 4 against high K rate teams. So I would be weary of Brady Singer. I know the Angels strike out a lot, but I would definitely be weary of him on the road. So I would be fading the public there. Do you have the same animosity about betting anytime touchdowns? I do. Actually. I hate anytime touchdown props because the ones that you would obviously end up betting are always minus 110 or minus 105. Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, are minus 200. It's so stupid. Derrick Henry too was minus 175 or something. I don't want to bet that. Then you've got the wide receivers. What? So you're gonna go and bet Tyler Lockett and then Calvin Ridley's gonna score? I hate it. However, I'm going to ease the pain of anytime touchdown. Because if you followed along, Kelly and I have been doing the Anytime Hit Survivor on Splash Sports, and we are going to be doing an Anytime Touchdown Survivor pool for the NFL season. And that is fun to me. See, I don't like the bet of Anytime Touchdown, but I do like a Survivor contest for Anytime Touchdown. Now you have to be strategic, and it doesn't matter the VIG because you could just choose whoever you feel is going to score a touchdown that day or that week. It's going to be fun. I really am excited for Anytime Touchdown contest on Splash Sports. Yeah, Saquon was -200. Go deep to get a payout? Come on, get out of here. It's crazy. What you like? No, I can't talk about it. Makes me angry because I'm already in a million fantasy contests. So there's already a lot of deep receivers I've got to root for to score. Why am I going to go bet some receiver at 5-1 when I could just go bet a few props that I like more and try to win that way? I love the rushing plus receiving yards market in the NFL. I love pass catching running backs. So I love like receiving yards props for running backs. I love rushing yard props for quarterbacks. I don't mind doing some kind of like parlay to get a little bit more on the Anytime Touchdown. Like a 2-leg parlay for it. So you could get a little bit more of a win, but I don't really bet the Anytime Touchdown market. I bet so many other fun markets that you can take advantage of in the NFL. But yes, the Touchdown Splash Survivor will be coming out when we get ready for week 1 of the NFL season. And week 2 of the NFL season is my birthday, guys. So everybody watch out. If they give me a touchdown, no sweat bet, then yeah, but too much work to miss by 1. See? Telling you, I don't like it. It's like the home run prop. It's really hard to figure out, and it's really hard to select because your running backs don't have good numbers. You only have to really have receivers. The only time that I will tell you I don't mind it is tight ends because there are certain teams that are terrible against the slot. So you'll see a lot of different times where there's really good numbers on tight ends. That's when you could take advantage. I typically end up going on the receiving yards route or receptions route for those guys. But if there are teams that are really bad against tight ends, when you could definitely get some good numbers. Aruba's not till November, Sean. That's after baseball season. I go to Aruba after baseball, like around the World Series. That's when I go to Aruba, not anytime soon. I wish, though. I really need it. Anyway, let's try to get some winners. So, Royal Lock. It's 1. Royal Lock. Royal Lock of the day. I only like one thing enough to tell you that it is my best bet, and it is Seattle's righty Logan Gilbert to go under 17.5 outs. That game starting in about 50 minutes. Gilbert's gone under in 6 of 7 road games this year, averaging just under 16 outs per start. He owns a 4.86 ERA on the road. That's like much higher than at home. He's got just over a 2 ERA at home. In his lone start, Gilbert at Citizens Bank Park, he only went 5 innings. He allowed 4 runs on 7 hits. On 4 days rest, Gilbert's gone under 17.5 outs in 5 of those 6 starts, owning a 4.38 ERA. And starters are also averaging just 16 outs per game against the Phillies this season. So we are going with the under 17.5 outs for Seattle's righty Logan Gilbert as the Royal Lock of the day. The Royal Lock is plus 108 on FanDuel. Great. Happy for you. That's awesome. I did bet it actually at plus 108. I was at minus 110 this morning. So that's my Royal Lock. It's probably not great that the juice is moving against me, but guess what? I don't care. I like it. I like it a lot. Sometimes it doesn't always mean anything. And if the line moved against me, that stinks. But anyway, there was no strikeout prop that I really liked today, to be honest with you. I wish Robbie Ray didn't just face the Padres because then I would have really liked that. And Yamamoto under hits, it's a close second to Gilbert, but I'm only scared because it's hit so much. No Skeens under. It's too juiced. But if you want to take the Pirates team total under, go for it. Pirates team total under. They never score with Skeens on the mound every freaking time. Let me see if I have the exact numbers on that. I don't know if they gave it to me or not, but let's see if MLB gave me the numbers on Paul Skeens' run support, which is bad. Paul Skeens has thrown 27.2 consecutive scoreless innings at PNC Park, dating back to an unearned run he allowed on June 8th. The Blue Jays offense and will be low 17.4K percentage this year. Let's see. Nope. I would have to ask MLB. But anyway, they don't score the Pirates when Skeens is on the mound. Freeland K's is what Joe Dollar likes. The over 3.5 Ks in plus money since it's hit in 7 straight. I got to cut that clip in time for the game, so Mid-Major Matt gets credit for that. Under 2.5. Whew, that's low. Plus 140. It's really low. Really low. Or you could go with Matt's approach, which was Kevin Gossman's under 2.5 earned runs allowed. So you're kind of cutting it in half. Like it's almost the first 5 under. It was like minus 145 when Matt bet it. So you could look at it that way. Tomorrow we'll be back and Coach is going to be joining the show to talk WNBA props. This week on Wednesday, we're going to have a big reunion from Sports Grid with me and Ben Stevens. We're going to talk college football. He ended up leaving Sports Grid. Now he's part of the VSiN fam. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Coach is going to be back again on Thursday, Mid-Major Man on Friday. So we are fully loaded with WNBA, college football, Major League Baseball. And shortly, we'll be talking some NFL. I could try to get Stormy. I'll reach out to Stormy. I'm going to be on Money Moves next Friday. So I could see if she is there. And we could talk a little college football as well. We could go through the day of her life too. Like Stormy's life gets crazy when we get to college football season. And she's always on the road and she does the VSiN show. So she's insane. Thank you, Casper93. I appreciate you. Wine night as I am house sitting my parents' house, taking care of the dogs. And I'm just chilling here by myself, watching sports at night. I have a gorgeous backyard in the suburbs. If you guys can, please subscribe to the YouTube page. Go like Prop Queen Sports on YouTube. Subscribe, all of the above. The more views and the more subscribers I get, the more money I can make. So then I could get a house and a backyard for Marley and not have to live in this stupid city. I hate the city. So I want to move out. But I need a husband and I need a house. And that requires some of you guys to help me out. I know Stormy hasn't been on since hockey. We'll try. I'll ask her. Have a great night, everybody. Good luck with those bets. And I will see you all tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time here on the Prop Queen Pod.